Or- All right, I am here with Miss Crystal Taylor of the Underground Collective, also known as the Queen Curator. Crystal, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're
Talk
welcome.
to us about yourself. Who is the Queen Curator, and how did you become her?
Oh my gosh. She is a little girl from Clinton, North Carolina that had dreams of like doing something impactful in the world. And next thing you know, she went to North Carolina Central University, Eagle Pride, okay? And she met so many really cool and dope people that really inspired me. Um, And then she graduated and she went to work at Blue Cross and Blue Shield and was like, hold up, this is not giving me life. This is not, giving me inspiration. This is not giving me creativity. I learned a lot at Blue Cross, but when I left there, what helped me get to me is my love of music. And I have loved music since the day I was in dance class, since the day I learned how to play the piano, since the day I learned how to play clarinet and marching band. And it just kept going from there. My first boyfriend introduced me to Lauryn Hill, and we used to ride around Clinton doing nothing. And I listened to Lauryn Hill, Miseducation Lauryn Hill, and that just changed everything for me. So throughout my life and through my journey, I think I found like how to incorporate my love of things together to make a business. So yeah, I mean, um, I am her because I have figured out and mastered like having a passion, having things that you love, and making them work to create business and opportunities for you, for other people, and to also help shape community and society in a positive way. So I love to help people. I love music. I love building community. So I just put those things together for an underground collective.
I love it. It sounds like you utilize all of your experiences and just put them together. So you really answered my second question, which was, what about your experiences compelled you to begin creating events? But you just told me. So really, what I want to know, Miss Crystal, is you said you love Lauryn Hill. You found your love for music and that. Talk to us about the Beats and Bars Festival. I went to one last year, and I must say I had a time. I did not know you were the curator at that time. I just knew Jamie, who was promoting the event and is now on the committee for my branch. So, talk to us about Beats and Bars.
Yeah, first of all, shout out to Jamie because she is amazing. And if she's on your committee, honey, y'all about to have a time, okay? Like the brunch is gonna be everything. She really helps execute visions for people, which is amazing. Amazing skill. Um, Beats and bars came to me in a dream, no BS. And I woke up in my little apartment and was like, there's no hip hop platform in Durham. And I had already created the Underground Collective was several years old at the time. And I just recognized that I knew so many artists, so many producers, so many creatives, so many people that wanted to tap in, wanted to figure out how to do this, how to do that. And I said, well, they need a festival. And so it became that. Like it started out as what, 2 days? It was 2 days. It's always been about 1 to 2 days. And we started out at the Pinhook where we were already having shows. And then we had a conference component we added to it. And so Beats and Bars is literally a space for creatives, for entrepreneurs, for young people, for community to come and learn about hip hop culture, to learn about the pillars of hip hop, like knowledge, beat making, MCing, and we want people to come together and kill the narrative of what they think hip hop is, right? And so it's really important to have artists that are lyrically sound, that are true to life, for what they've lived and what they're experienced, to be able to share those things, or just really be able to help people that are creatives in that way understand how to make music, right? Positive, healthy music. And then the conference is called the Fresh Effect, based off the movie Fresh that I watched like years ago, and I was just like, this movie is super dope. So if you've not watched the movie Fresh, you should watch the movie Fresh. Um, but the conference is to empower, inspire, and employ you to be able to find information on resources, get to know other people, be open-minded, learn a new skill, and just be really excited about going back into the world, figuring out things and knowing things that you didn't know otherwise. So, we talk about healthy living, we talk about money, we talk about creatively, like how do you pivot if you need to as an artist, and as a creative. And we just make it a space for creative and artists and community to come together. Like community to come learn about what the artists and creatives need and what they're doing. And also for the creative and artists to work together and figuring out how they can support one another, how they can collaborate, how they can uplift one another, and what kind of resources are in the city for them. So it's 9 years old, and it started with I had $1,500 in my pocket, and I started beats and bars with that money. And now we have been corporately sponsored by Toyota, NPR, the city of Durham, the state is supporting the festival this year. So it's been a long time, but it's been a beautiful growth of like time of experiences. So it's great and it's dope and I love it. That's my baby.
I think just talking to you, we have a lot of commonality when you talk about just overall the Underground Collective and how Beats and Bars came about. It reminds me a lot of my journey with Brown Girls Collaborative, because I really didn't know what direction I wanted to go in with the collaborative. I just knew that I needed to create a space for brown women to be resourceful to each other. So when you talk about resourcefulness and you talk about building community, those are just some of the pillars of the collaborative. And the brunch is like what Beats and Bars is for you is like what the brunch is for the collaborative. And the way that your Beats and Bars Festival is growing and you're getting that support, like that's where I am aiming to go. Like I am aiming to like get my brand to a place of, okay, now we are executing the vision of incorporating other businesses. Next, I would like to see how our businesses could all collaborate to continue doing bigger events in Durham that not only showcase what women are doing in their business, but allow us a space to show our talent,
Yeah.
create a space for vendors, create a space for community conversation, and allow us to intersect not only our personalities and our identities, but our different things that we can bring to each other. I was on another interview last week, and the lady was like, "You put all the Black women in the room together, we'll have a business tomorrow." And
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, like that's the goal. The goal is to put all of these brands in a space of what can we do for the future collective. Like overall, that's what it's about for me, like as an educator, as an event curator, as a hairstylist, as a mentor. Like I wear so many hats too. And just talking with you, it makes me feel confident that I'm all right putting all the seasons in the damn pot to get shit
Yeah.
done. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
I do appreciate that. I was gonna ask another question. How do you manage so many events at once? But you low key have just been like, it's like you low key might have looked at the questions and you just kind of know where I'm going.
No, I didn't.
So, so I'm gonna just move on to this one though. So I'm gonna put two together. What piece of advice would you give to an aspiring community advocate, and where do you see your platform in the next 5 years?
Ooh, the advice I would give someone is consistency. Consistency matters so much. And also like be a person of your word, have good integrity. You know what I mean? I feel that relationships matter. And when people get to know you and they know who you are and what you stand for and what your intention is, that takes you a long way, a long, long way. And consistent. People can see your character in like how you show up, and so if you're saying that you're going to do something and you don't do it, and then you don't even follow up with the person or say, I apologize, this happened. Like we have to as a people have better moral compass of how we show up with people in general, because you don't want to waste anybody's time. You don't want to be unintentional about something. You don't want to be transactional. There's a time and place for things like that. So I would say consistency and having a great moral compass within yourself, like knowing what you want to do and your intention. What was the second question? Where I see myself in 5 years.
Yes, your platform.
So I'm looking on my
board. I see the vision board.
Yeah, so this is a compilation of like 3 years, 3 to 5 years, and I've accomplished a lot of these things already. So I feel like the Underground Collective will be the creative agency that is known around the world. And one of my business goals is to produce the Super Bowl. So hopefully I'm able to, do the things I need to do to navigate throughout that. But I want to be a curator, producer that is renowned around the world to be able to produce like big platforms, big events like the Super Bowl. So my goal is to produce a Super Bowl within a year, but if it takes 5 years, that's okay too.
Sorry about that. That was my co-teacher. We had to make sure our plans was together. But
It's
no,
okay.
Super Bowl, like that's hella freaking dope. I think that that's not even impossible. And again, like why have we not met while I was living in Durham? Like, because one of my business goals, to be quite frank, by year 10 of the Brown Girls Brunch, I want to be on Essence Fest stage.
Mm-hmm.
I want my event to be sponsored by Essence, and like at that point, it's not just a Durham event. We can start doing more events throughout the year, traveling and getting more people involved. So in education, as I try to take that space and use it as my speaking space, and get my name out there educationally, but use that to push what I'm doing with this brunch,
Mm-hmm.
to push my scholarship, and hopefully be recognized at Essence by year 10. So that's, girl,
It
you
can
give
happen in less than 10, girl. It can happen in less than 10. Like, you know where you're going. Like Oprah said, like, if you don't know where you're going, you don't know how to move. Like, you got to know where you want to go. And if you know where you want to go, then all you got to do is keep speaking. So when people see you, it'll be more visible. And next thing you know, like, it'll be you might meet somebody that's behind the stage or somebody else situation that's connected to somebody to Essence. And, it's all in who you know.
who you know.
It's all in who you know. And then when people, like I said before, when people see you and they see what you do and you see the consistency in that and they see the integrity in who you are and they like you and they support what you're doing and what you're about, then that takes you far. It really does.
I agree. And I think that we have very common spaces. So I'm definitely interested in us connecting, not just at the brunch, but that's what this is about, connecting. And you just spoke something to me, like keep speaking, keep doing what you're doing. I have shied away from doing things like this for so long, like just putting myself out there, talking to different people in different businesses. But this year, like the intention and the prayer that I put on this brunch, it has really shown me, like, girl, you can do this. You can post these videos on YouTube. You can post this content on Instagram. Like, people are seeing it. Like, and you just going. So
if you don't promote yourself, nobody will know who you are.
Well, exactly. You're right about that. So I feel going super hard. Like, I'm not the girl that likes to post on Instagram. I do not like posting on Instagram. Like, I might post a story, but posting on my page, I hate that. forced me out of a comfort zone that has allowed my business to grow, because you said consistency is key. And granted, this is my 4th year. People really started knowing what my brunch was last year. And made people want to really start getting involved, to the point that I was able to build a team. And now I have a solid team who is like, hey, when I'm frustrated, when I have ideas that I feel like I need help visualizing how to
Yeah.
execute, my team is there to do that. And I think that's what I'm most excited about this year. I also believe that it's important to just be authentic to myself and my brand. And I want to create an authentic space. Like I told you when we were on the phone, this is an authentic space. Like, that's what the Brown Girls Collaborative is, because we are who we are. Why is authenticity important when building a brand, Crystal? And I'm gonna go ahead and add this. And because of your authenticity in your brand, how does it feel to be recognized by your peers and colleagues as Woman of the Year and 40 Under 40 and all of the things that you have been nominated for recently?
I mean, it makes me emotional almost, because for such a long time of my childhood, I remember chasing behind the popular girls. I was not the popular girl, in my opinion. And to be able to be my full self, like my total full self, I'm just waking up, showing up as me. If I got crust in my eyes, or my breath stink, or I'm wearing sweats, or whatever the case is, like, to be able to be accepted, by the things that I care about, that things that matter to me, that things are important for people to know. And I've realized, for one point in time, I didn't think people were lying about who they was on social media. I was thinking like people were being real. And my girlfriends would be like, no, girl, people are fronting, like, it's social media. It's not to be taken seriously. But in my perspective, I'm thinking like, man, this is a huge platform to share your thoughts, your feelings, your passions with people that you may connect with that you don't know. And so to be able to be recognized by North Carolina Central, my alma mater, like Triangle Business Journal, the city of Durham, the state of North Carolina, and just talking about things that are important, um, it's a it's a boost. It's a constant boost. It's a constant reminder to be real and keep it real. I don't know how to be anything else than that. And it's unfortunate people that they may create their narrative or whatever they think of you or something, but those who know, and real recognize real. So it just inspires me and motivates me to continue going, because somebody need to hear it. Somebody wants to hear it, and it's needed somewhere.
Crystal, what are you most excited about as it pertains to attending the Brown Girls Brunch event?
Meeting some other sisters, meeting other sisters that's gonna be there, like, just having a good time, eating some good food, like listening to music. Like, I yesterday being at the women's brunch, it was a Triangle Weeks, it was really cool, but it was not a space. We weren't, a lot of us weren't there, and that's okay, because we're coming in there. We're coming into those spaces, and to be recognized on that level was great. But to be amongst my community and my culture is a whole nother vibe. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very excited about that. I mean, I'm excited to see other women that are doing incredible things, that are supporting each other. It's like going on a cruise. Like when you go on a cruise, everybody there to have a great time. Don't nobody care nothing about what they look like. It's like the same vibe. Like everybody there to celebrate women, to support one another, have a good time, and we don't care. Like that's what we're there for. So I'm excited about that.
I'm so excited as well for us all to just get together and connect again, share a common space, be resourceful to each other, but most important, sip on the mimosas, let our hair down, and have a great time.
Yes.
So much for just taking the time to talk with me today. Do you have
Absolutely.
for me that you would like to add, or just any feedback or advice that you would like to give before we go?
Let me see. Advice I can give is, I had something on top of my brain. Oh, this is the advice I will give. I heard you say earlier that you did not like to post. on social media and everything. So I'm gonna tell you, you have a beautiful smile, you have a beautiful energy, your voice is everything also. So I will say to you and everyone, what you desire and what you want is on the other side of what you don't want to do. I'm gonna drop it like that.
That was a real, like, I would not call that a gym, but that was a rock. And I needed that. I needed that push. Sometimes we need that battery in our back to really like give us that motivation to just step out of our comfort zone. Because I truly do believe that growth and comfort, they just don't coexist, right? So I appreciate that. And again, I look forward to us connecting offline, outside of the brunch, and of course staying in connection. But I definitely look forward to seeing you, Crystal Taylor, guys, Woman of the Year nominee for the 2024 Brown Girls Brunch in the building. Please don't forget to get your tickets to the Beats and Bars Festival in Durham, North Carolina. Drop that date on them, Crystal.
May 10th and 11th. The block party is free at American Tobacco Campus at April 27th, but the main festival is April 10th and 11th at Lot 20. Go to the website, beatsandbarsfestival.com. Look, don't play with it. Don't play with it, because we're going to have a time. Okay? Don't play with it.
It's definitely an event. I came last year. There are vendors out there, great music, great vibes, great people. So I'm super excited. And I love that it's actually Mother's Day weekend, right? So I wasn't even planning on being in town until the brunch, but I just might have to slide through for sure a week in advance and show some love. Because and I definitely want us to connect. Thank you so much, Crystal, for being a part
Thank
of
you. Thank you.
And this woman's herstory segment is gonna be so dope. I'm gonna edit this thing and we're gonna make it live probably by the end of today.
Okay, cool.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.